area of a triangle. Now if we think about a triangle, I'm going to start with a rectangle. If I have a rectangle, we can take and draw the diagonal, and it splits it into two triangles that should be the same size if I could draw straight. When they are going to do the formula for area of a triangle, instead of calling it length and width, they're going to call it the base and the height. The base being the bottom, the height, how tall your triangle is. And the base and the height always form a right angle. So in our formula, they're going to do half the base times the height for the area of the triangle because it's only half of a rectangle. And so I do half the base times the height. Now if you're using your calculator, instead of using 1/2, what would be a better thing to use? 0.5, right? So 0.5 times the base times the height. So when I have a triangle, I always want to look to see where they have that little right angle marked because that's going to tell me where the base and the height is. This one's pretty easy to see. The base, the bottom is 15. The height, how tall it is 4. Be careful when you look on the computer. Sometimes that 4 goes into that dotted line and people are putting 14 and going, how come it's not right? Well, it's because they were trying to make the dotted line be a 1. This one's a little more clear, but sometimes on the computer it kind of looks like it's a 1 in front of there. So in this case, I'm going to do half, or 0.5, times 15 times 4.
Half. Oh, I thought you meant half the base.
1/2. It could be half the base, but because we have the commutative property, you can do half of either of the numbers. In this case, half of 4 is easy to do. It's 2. 2 times 15 is 30, right?
What? Yeah, you lost me there.
I took half of 4. Half of 4 is 2.
Yes,
2 times
but
the
you
15.
doubled 15.
That's 2 times 15
215
is 30. Use your calculator. Take
So
0.5
she just
times
did the
15 times
0.5
4.
times 4.
Right.
Half of 4 is 2.
Half of 4 is 2, and 2
and then
times
2
15
times
is 30.
15 equals 30.
So when you do the half, you can do either half of the base or half of the height, not half of both of them though.
Oh, okay, that's
Because
why
we can
I'm
change
so-
the order of that formula.
Okay, because you got half the base and I'm going and,
Oh,
but
nope.
it's an or there.
Otherwise, there'd have to be a plus sign in between.
Okay, so I'm going to put an or in between there so I know.
So, or just type it in like this and you'll get the right answer. Label. The label's the same thing as when I'm doing area of rectangles. I am working with yards, so I'm going to do yards squared. I'm still thinking about filling up with little squares. They're not always whole squares, but when I piece them together. So on number 11, we know the formula is half the base times the height. Which side is the base and which side is the height? The height's 9,
Yep.
and the base is?
14.
14, right? There it is. There's my little box. My base is my bottom. My height is how tall is my rectangle. So half of 14 times 9. Half of 14 is 7. 7 times 9, 63. And my label, centimeters squared. Area always has squared units.
So, how did you come up with the 63? 7 times what?
9.
Half of 14 will be 7. 7 times 9 is 63.
So number 12. What am I going to do? Define my area.
Well, you're just going to go 6 times 3.
I am, because half of 12 is 6, and 6 times 3 is 18, and then I'm going to put my label. yards squared, right? So half of 12 times 3. Now, if you happen to have both odd numbers there, you're going to end up with a decimal answer. It'll be okay. You know, if you can't do half of 12, or, you know, if it was 13 instead of 12, it wouldn't come out nice and even. So, either 1/2, or if you're going to punch it into your calculator, 0.5 is a good conversion for the 1/2.